Hi, everyone. Welcome today. We're going to go ahead and get started in a few minutes. We're going to give it 2 more minutes just to make sure everybody has the chance to join, and then we'll get started with the webinar today for OmegaOne Chat Mobile. Okay, it looks like most everyone has joined at this point, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the webinar today. Again, thank you guys for joining us for our webinar on OmegaOne Mobile Chat. Today, I'm going to be your presenter, Sarah Beth Russell, and with me I have Hannah Gunderson. She's going to be answering questions within the chat, and she is also going to give us a little background information about OmegaFi. So Hannah, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, hi everyone. So for more than 30 years, OmegaFi has provided technology solutions to help customers manage their finances, streamline operations, recruit new members, and communicate with their members, whether it's working with 57 different headquarters, local chapters, house corporations, IFC and Panhellenic councils, or alumni associations across more than 650 campuses. We remain the industry leader when it comes to technology in the fraternity and sorority community. For those that don't know, we are based out of Columbus, Georgia, and securely process more than $1.1 million in payments per day for our clients and have securely processed more than $4 billion since we started in 1992. We're also deeply committed to serving, promoting, and advancing the fraternity and sorority experience. We aim to make raving fans with every individual and group we work with by reaching, innovating, and acting with agility. We challenge ourselves to dream big every day and to help others achieve their dreams as well. To say we're passionate about what we do is an understatement for sure, and it's definitely the passion that we have that has encouraged our clients to trust us to do the heavy lifting for them so they can focus more on their chapter's mission as well as having fun.
Awesome. Thank you for that background, Hannah. And just to clarify for anybody who may not know, OmegaFi hosts OmegaOne as well as several other softwares. So that is an overview of all the different things that we do across the board. And before we get started, we do have our questions section where you guys can submit questions throughout the webinar just to make sure that's working. If you want to go ahead and submit your name and organization and what chapter you are representing today, go ahead and put that in the question so we can make sure those are coming through, and then we will get started. Okay. Perfect. It looks like I do see those coming through now. Thank you guys for submitting those. See a few different people joining us today, some undergrad and some advisors out there. And so we will go ahead and begin by looking at today's agenda. So if you guys joined us for our last webinar going over the desktop version of the chat application, similarly to that, we're going to look today where you can find that within your app, how to start a chat and add multiple users, also looking how to send pictures and links, and what actions, messaging actions you have, so liking, adding emojis, replying, mentioning other members within the chat, that sort of thing. And then at the end, we will have Q&A for any outstanding questions. So looking at the mobile app, this right here is going to be what it looks like as soon as you log in. This is basically your home screen, similar to the desktop version. It's where you see your feed, so any recent announcements or anything that's been posted will be right in this here. And then at the bottom is where you'll find the chat icon. So this is where you're going to go to find any of your chat logs. It'll be where you see all your chat history. And this is what that screen will look like here. This is going to show all those logs, so any messages that you've already started, maybe within the desktop version, you're going to see them here, and any new ones that you start will also flood into here. To go ahead and start a new chat, you would use this new chat icon up in the top right-hand corner, and from this second screenshot over here, you'll see that once you select that, it's going to take you to a search bar where you can then search for whatever member you're looking to start that chat with. So once you go ahead and start that chat, it's going to look something like this. You can start sending those messages, or if you're wanting to add more people to the chat, again, in that top right-hand corner, you're going to see an icon. This one is going to be the little multiple people icon. When you select that, it will take you to, very similar to starting a chat, you'll have the option to search users to add into the chat. As you can see, you can add them. The users will be in blue that you add, and then you can also select the X by their name if you ever need to remove a member. So you click the same icon to remove members from the chat as well. One thing to note here is if you add members within the chat, they're going to be able to see any of the previous chat history within that thread. So make sure when you're adding members, just know that they can see any of that chat history. Okay, and moving on to some of the different things you can do within chat, just like any other messaging. You're going to have the ability to send links. You can use your emoji keyboard and send photos as well. So when you send the link, it will be a live link that will take you to whatever web page that is for. And then as well as with your emojis, this example you can see is the iOS emoji keyboard, but this app also is within the Android app store. So you can, if you have an Android, you would use whatever keyboard you have for your emojis there, and you can search them just the same, add those into the chat. With your photos, the little picture icon next to where you would type your message, you can select that and it will take you to your photo album where you can select whatever photo you'd like to send within the chat. Now, as you can see from this screenshot here, this is where the photo was selected. So if you don't want to send that, you can hold down on it and delete that before you send it. And then if you do send it, it's going to look like that. With any message that is sent or received, you're going to have a few different message actions that go along with that. So if you hold down on the message, if you are the sender of that message, you're going to have the ability to edit that, delete the message, and that will delete within the thread for everybody, as well as show any likes that the message has received. So if you guys send something that maybe you want to make sure everybody sees it and you just ask that everybody likes it to once it's read, and you want to check who's all liked it so you can see who all has read the message, you'll be able to look at those. And then if you are the receiver of the message, then you can hold down on that and you'll see where you can like the message yourself, or you can reply directly to that message within the thread. And you will also be able to see who has liked the message if others have liked that. And then if you at and then select the member or start typing their name and select the member that you're wanting to mention in the chat, it's going to show that within the thread. Lastly, we're going to look at how you want to manage your chat notifications. You can see all your notifications are going to come in the same as all your other notifications for announcements, events, polls, anything like that. They'll be under this bell icon here. So you can see chat from Heather, chat from Amber. And then if we're wanting to silence those chats, like if you're wanting to mute a specific chat, you would just select the bell icon next to whichever chat you're looking to mute. And then if you want to unmute it, you would do the same thing. You would just select that once you're ready to turn the notifications back on for that, and that will just stop those from coming in your notification under your bell feed here. And that is all for mobile chat. Again, if you haven't already watched the webinar for the desktop chat, you might want to look over that, but mobile chat is pretty similar to any other messaging within applications. But we're going to go ahead and see if there is any questions. Let's see. Okay, yes. So is there a max number of people that you can include in a chat? No, there's no max on there. So as many members as you need to. So if you're wanting to do the whole entire new member group and have that as one of the chats, you can add all your new members, recruitment committee, anything like that. There's not a limit to how many people that you can have within your chat. One thing though for that, if you ever need to remove people from the chat, just make sure the two people that you originally start the thread with, so you'll have to start a new chat and select the first person before you add all your other members. So whoever you start the chat with, you and that person cannot be removed from the chat. And then whoever started the chat, they're the only one who can manage those members. So just be aware of that when you start that. Jamie asked, can you name a chat group. Right now, no, it doesn't have the ability to name, but hopefully we'll have that in the future. Right now, we do suggest, though, that this is a good time to encourage your members to update their profile so that way when you're looking at a chat, you can see who all's in it and see their photos to kind of see what chat you're looking at. But at the moment, we do not have the ability to name a chat group. Okay, and I think that is all the questions we have. On the screen here, you can see the software support email. If you have any questions or have any trouble with your OmegaOne app or chat specifically, you can reach out to software support at omegafy.com. Also, you can select the Get Help button within your app or on desktop version, and that will prompt you to submit an inquiry about that. So it's similar to emailing them, but just when you are emailing or submitting an inquiry to the system, just make sure you provide as much information as possible. So you want to make sure any screenshots, if you're having issues with something specific or any specific information about what's going on, you submit that so they can best help you once they get that request. That is going to be all for today. Again, thank you all for joining us, and we will send a recording of this out to everyone who is here today, as well as anybody who is registered, and you will be able to share that with anyone in your organization who might need that. But we hope you all have a wonderful rest of your afternoon.